You and me have hit a wall, and it seems this time I can't settle down. So I check into it somewhere new with intentions of just checking it out. No telephone, and I'm left all alone. This heartache that I'm forced to dwell at a discount rate, 'cause the man in charge, well, he knows my story so well. A happy man you'll find if I just give it some time. I'm living out all of my days in room number 9. Sordid love and burnout flames have taken vacancy here. And as of late, weekly rate equals 1,000 tears. I'm such a fool, like real old school, thinking a good buzz will just dull the pain. But a haggard tune keeps me feeling blue on a rainy April day. I just may start feeling about fine if I just lose my mind. Living out all of my days in room number 9. I'll play blues, son. My mind, living out all of my days in room number 9. Oh, keep drinking, you'll be fine, says my heart to my mind. I'm living out all of my days in room number 9.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Are you ready? It's showtime. Please welcome Tim Kelly from Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world.
Of a neon glow, and anybody who comes in here knows she ain't no regular. She's been here before. I'm hanging back at the bar, trying to play it cool, but the attraction is pulling me in. Just the way her bottom moving, when she knows what she's doing, she goes out to step in. Yeah, it's the way that you dance, it's got me entranced. You sit here and drink, I don't stand a chance of you getting closer, me being sober. Can't walk away, I'm caught up and falling fast. Must be the way that you dance. regular. And cranks it on up to 10. Yeah, it's the way that you dance. It's got me tranced. And sit here and dream. I don't stand a chance of you getting closer. Me being sober. Can't walk away. I'm caught up and falling fast. Must be the way that you dance. Yeah, she's the only light gonna shine tonight. She's moving, shaking, Lord, hearts are breaking. Every guy's balled up inside. At the factory fair, she don't wanna go there. She's on out to have a good time. Must be the way that you dance. It's got me entranced. Or I sit here and drink, let's not stand a chance of you getting closer. Me being sober. Can't walk away. I'm caught up and falling fast. Must be the way that you dance. It's the way that you dance. Oh, must be the way you dance. The way that you dance. Yeah, must be the way you dance. Must be the way that you dance.
That is the current single he's promoting out to radio right now. I have played it for the 7th time on this program. My good friend Johnny Young. That is called The Way That You Dance, and room number 9 before that. We'll have one more from Johnny Young in just a moment. It is Triple Play Thursday on the Tim Kelly Show from Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world. Every artist on the program tonight's get 3 songs played in a row. That is how we do it on Triple Play Thursday. And tonight I've got a couple of great radio interviews as well. My good friend Phil Clum's going to join me in hour number 1, and then my buddy Scotty Ray Campbell will join me in hour number 2. Scotty Ray Campbell, one of the great songwriters in the KICR Songwriter Showcase. You can check that out on my website at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. And he is also getting played 24/7 in the Demo Listen Derby, powered by Zeno FM. Just download the Zeno, ZENO FM app and search Demo Listen Derby, and you get to hear great demo songs 24/7 as well. I'm going to play the best in new country music tonight for the next 3 hours, and I want to give a big thank you and shout out to all of the other radio stations that replay this program. Great stations like KUHS Denver at KUHSdenver.com, Country Road 58 from Germany, countryradio.musicbox4friends.com from Belgium, downtheroadradio.com from Ireland, Bourbon Trail Radio, Top Shelf Radio Texas, Radio 94.3 in Sweden. We've got 957 hotandfunkyradio.com, KDubRadio.com, Boone Country Radio in Canada, TexasBrewRadio.com back down in Texas, NBRNOnline.com in Nashville, Tennessee, and the Music Room in the UK. You can also stream the Tim Kelly Show on all the major streaming formats like Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Google, wherever you search your music, just search the Tim Kelly Show on Google, and also search what is the #1 indie country radio station in the world and see what answer you get, what pops up. It's pretty cool, I'll tell you that right now. Old Dirt Road is a pretty cool song, the third one in the triple play for my good friend Johnny Young on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
Life is just like an old dirt road,
On the Tim Kelly Show from KICR.
taking us all the way to the great unknown. The ups and downs gonna rattle your bones. The twists and turns for sure will keep you on your toes. And going in easy, you can lose control. He'll run you in the ditch and end up in a hole. What's over around the corner, brother, you don't know.
to the Tim Kelly Show
From Branson, Missouri,
on KICR.
Indie Country Radio.
Your summertime station.
For new country's best.
Your summertime station.
For new country's best.
Tim Kelly Show.
Branson, Missouri,
KICR.
Indie Country Radio.
Your summertime station.
Yeah, your summertime station.
For new country's best.
Yeah, your summertime station.
For
New country's best. Dear Johnny, it's cold and rainy. We've been sitting for days in the mud and snow. I'm thinking of the letters that you wrote me. It warms my heart to know I'm not alone. You are the one I want. You're my only. You are my rock, my heart, my Johnny. You are the one I want. You're my only. You are my rock, my heart, my Johnny. Dear Johnny, we move in the morning. In what direction? I don't know. I had a dream we sat by the river, and I heard your voice and you sang to me low. You are the one I want. You're my only. You are my rock, my heart, my Johnny. You are the one I want. You're my only. You are my rock, my heart, my Johnny. Dear Johnny, I won't be home for the holidays. I'm sure it's pretty the way the snow falls there. I miss your sweet smile, your voice and your touch, and the way the moonlight glows on your hair. You are the one I want. You're my only. You are my rock, my heart, my Johnny. You are the one I want. You're my only. You are my rock, my heart, my Johnny.
Song number 2.
There's a party going on down on Beale Street, and a girl needs a cowboy to make her two-step complete. You should have seen him. He looked so handsome when he took my hand and said, "Come dance with me." It's like every note of every song has always led me right here in your arms. I've waited so long to find someone like you, someone who takes my breath away the way you do. I know it ain't fair, though I'm looking at you. I think I'm falling in love with you. The neon lights, they were shining, and when he smiled, I knew I'd found it. My one and only, my everything, my dream come true. I think I'm falling in love with you. It's like every note of every song
is Lainey Reichmuller. That is a great artist from South Africa. Man, I love her voice. That is called Come Dance With Me. And before that, another great tune called Dear Johnny. Now, we weren't talking about Johnny Young in that specifically, but there's a lot of great Johnnies out there. Hey, I used to watch The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. That's one of my favorite Johnnies right there as well. We'll have one more from Lainey Reichmuller in just a second, but I want to tell you that we do have an upcoming interview with Lainey and yours truly. You can check out my full live interview schedule of upcoming radio interviews at the bottom of the homepage of my website. That is KICR-IndieCountryRadio.com. After I play one more song from Lainey Reichmuller, my first radio interview of this show is going to happen with my good friend Phil Klum. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We are just getting started, and I have a lot more triple plays on the way as well. The third song to complete the triple play for Lainey Reichmuller has a great video to it. You can check it out on her YouTube channel. It is called Dirty Dancing on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, playing New Country's best on Triple Play Thursday.
We could be backseat drinking, kissing at the river's edge, or under these stars. And you could call me crazy, say it ain't worth saving, but if you're wondering where we are, we're dirty dancing in the sawdust and in the mud and in the moonlight and in the love. I can't get enough of you, just taking our time on the floorboard and on the floor, underneath these neon doors. So baby, grab my hand, we'll dirty dance the night away, the night away. You know I don't need no music, you know how to move me, I'll follow your lead. And you can call me darling, tell me that you're falling, and I'll fall in too deep. We're dirty dancing in the sawdust and in the mud and in the moonlight and in the love. I can't get enough of you, just taking our time on the floorboard and on the floor, underneath these neon doors. So baby, grab my hand, we'll dirty dance the night away, the night away. Take me to that place where it's just you and me, baby. Dirty dancing in the sawdust and in the mud and in the moonlight and in the love. I can't get enough of you, just taking our time on the floorboard and on the floor, underneath these neon doors. So baby, grab my hand, we'll dirty dance the night away, the night away.
This hour of the Tim Kelly Show is sponsored by Roses and Weeds. Check out Roses and Weeds on the sponsors tab at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com and at rosesandweeds.com.
Tim Kelly Show, Triple Play Thursday, 3 in a row from your favorites all day. Indie country hearts on your radio, 3 songs each, all show long on the Tim Kelly Show.
3 songs each.
All show long.
That's Triple Play Thursday on the Tim Kelly Show.
KICR Indie Country Radio, the #1 indie country radio station in the world, according to Google.
You're listening to the Tim Kelly Show on KICR Indie Country Radio. It is Triple Play Thursday, and tonight that means every artist on the program gets 3 songs in a row played. The next 3 songs you get to hear the stories behind from Phil Klum. How are you tonight, my friend?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, man. Thanks for doing the program tonight. It's a pleasure to have you, and I want to give a big thank you and shout out to my director of new artist promotions from Missouri, Madison Sharp, who turned me on to you. I'm glad she did.
Oh, I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, it's great to have you, and great to have your music, too. We'll talk about that here in just a little bit, but you were telling me you were from Ada, Ohio originally. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I lived in Ada, Oklahoma for 20 years, down there where Blake Shelton grew up. So, yep.
That's cool.
You got a great country music scene in Ohio. I don't know if you've got to meet a lot of other artists like yourself, but there's a bunch of them up there, that's for sure.
I've gotten to meet a few, and ever since I started writing and recording, that networking has definitely been doing wonders.
Yeah.
You know, and it's been fun meeting.
Absolutely. Well, you were asking me off the air before we got on here how long I've been doing this show. I just celebrated 14 years last month of doing it, and I'll tell you what, I'm still networking with people and getting to meet you for the first time tonight too. That's a pleasure.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to have Madison in my corner, and I don't even really know kind of how that happened. I mean, I took on another gentleman, DJ Rittenhouse, and they have the same management team, so they knew each other, as it turned out, and we've been doing some great things together. And she's really great at helping find artists like you to put on the radio, and she loves that position she's got now with on the staff here. So.
Oh yeah, no, I know DJ pretty well too.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and they're both great artists in their own right. I mean, Madison, oh my gosh, she can sure sing for sure. Huh?
Oh, absolutely.
Yep. So let's talk about that. When did you start singing, and why country music for you? What resonated with you?
So I started singing. Well, I picked up my first guitar when I was 8.
Uh-huh.
And ever since then, it's just been a thing in my life. And, you know, I started playing guitar for churches, and I kind of, for the longest time, I actually kind of backed away from it for a little bit. And then I decided to go down to Nashville.
Uh-huh.
And I got a hold of my cousin, and he's really big in the country scene down there, and he's like, let's do it. So last June, I went down to Nashville, wrote and recorded, and for the first time, and had a bunch of great studio musicians that were in there, and it just kind of took off from there. So.
Yeah. Absolutely. Speaking of that, I see some of the guys playing on your stuff, like Travis Laws is drums for Matthew West. I've played Matthew West. Is he the guy that sings 18 Summers? Man, he's good.
Matthew West, he's a Christian. He's a Christian artist, and his drummer Travis tracks drums for me in all my stuff, and he's been really great to get to know as well. And
yep, Travis Laws. You got Andy Davis. He was the guitarist for Van Perry, and now Ann Wilson. And the producer is Aaron Henningson of the Henningsons.
Yep, that is correct.
Now, are they a Christian group too?
No, the Henningsons. They were country band.
A country band. Okay, I'm not
were
familiar. I'll have to check them out.
Yeah, no, that's Aaron's my cousin, and that's the one I got a hold of.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, you got some good people in your corner because your music sounds fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got a great voice too. And now, did you start singing when you were 8 years old after you picked up that guitar? Did you sing along with it?
Kind of, sort of. I thought I was kind of terrible at it, and then, you know, over the years, the more I sang, I took choir in school, and I never really took real vocal lessons, but it just kind of, you know, went with it. So
absolutely. You know, Madison is doing a lot of great singing in church now. I've been seeing a lot of her posts about that, but boy, the country music that she sent me when we first got her first 3 songs, just fantastic. And she sent a few more since. And Boy, I could see you guys doing a duet together. Maybe I don't know if you've thought about that. But.
We have kind of talked about that in the past, about doing something like that in the future at some point. That would be absolutely fun.
Well, and the reason that I do these programs is so you guys can all connect and network, and you may be heard by somebody tonight that wants to reach out with you, maybe co-write a song, maybe do a duet together and something like that. So it's a win-win. Everybody gets to get heard, me as well, on this program.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. Did you grow up listening to country music? Was it some of the artists that you grew up listening to that made such a big impact that you wanted to do something in it later on? Or what?
I listened to, honestly, just a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
And I don't have one favorite genre. I just sit down, play my guitar, and just start singing, and my favorite ways to write that I found is co-writing with people, actually. And
really? Okay, cool.
Bouncing different ideas off of each other. And that's always a blast. And whatever comes out is what comes out,
Yep.
So.
Well, see, I started here several months ago, this thing called the KICR Songwriter Showcase. So what that is it's just for demo songs. And maybe you've written a song that you're like, hey, this is a Luke Bryan song, or this is a, Zach Top or somebody like that, and you want to pitch it to them or just get the song out there to get heard. And it could be a duet too with somebody else and whatever. So, and then I have this show that plays on the radio 24/7 called the Demo Listen Derby. I come up with that idea. I'm like, you know what? I've been to a demo listen derby. What about a demo listen derby for just listening to demo songs? And, there is no song if it doesn't start on a piece of pen and paper, and folks like you putting it out there and, telling those life stories of your own or making up a fictional story about something and putting it out there. And I just am a firm believer that, that music needs to be heard too.
100%. And most of what I write, I try to write based off of my own personal experiences.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if you have some truth in there, it just comes out a lot more
absolutely
meaningful.
Now, what kind of a community is it in Ada, Ohio? Is it a farm kind of community out in the rurals? Did you grow up in, or what?
I grew up north of Ada, out in the country. I grew up riding dirt bikes, on 4 acres, and getting money as a kid. You know how all that stuff goes. And,
that's a country song right there.
Yeah, that is. Small school, nothing huge. I think we maybe had 3 stoplights through town, and that was about it. I mean, everybody knew everybody there.
Yep. How far are you from Waynesville, Ohio?
Waynesville. That sounds. I think that's probably about an hour and a half, I'm guessing.
Okay, I was just curious. I've got a gentleman there I've had on the program about 6 times. His name's Richard Lynch with the Richard Lynch Band. He loves to make traditional country music, and he's got this place called the Keeping It Country Farm out there, and it's a venue on his farm that seats about 400 people, and he has a bunch of people out there every year, especially this time of year during the summer, to come out there and perform. And you got to be traditional, though. You got to do traditional country, and it's an absolutely beautiful place out there. And
Waynesfield is only 30 minutes from me. I know where that's
30,
at.
okay, gotcha.
I couldn't picture it, but
yeah. He still farms out there, and they cut and bale hay and all of that stuff. And I just seen him bass fishing today out there. He's got his own ponds and everything. If you ever hook up with him, you guys will have a blast. And I have hooked up with him here in Branson. He's awesome.
Okay.
And we talked about that before we got on the air tonight. We may hook up with you one of these days because you are working currently on getting your pilot's license, so you'll be able to fly just about anywhere once that happens, huh?
That's the plan.
Yep, that's awesome. So talk about that because I'm scared of heights. Where did your interest in wanting to fly come from?
My grandfather, when I was young, took me out to the airports to go have lunch, and we just used to watch the airplanes take off and land, and it's always been an interest.
There's a Gary Allan song in there somewhere.
I'm sure there is.
He did it. I'm just sitting here watching airplanes.
Yeah, 100%.
I love it. And, I do too. I like to watch them. And, we're in Missouri, so we're in one of the flyover states. I mean, they fly over here all day long. right over our heads, and especially those little planes. I'm like, boy, I hope that one stays in the air. I did a little four-seater plane when I was a kid, and I grew up in Kansas, and we flew over our house when we were kids. We knew a guy that had the airport, that managed it, and he took us up in one of those little prop planes, and we flew right over our house. So it was an experience. I really enjoyed it, but I kind of like to keep, like Casey Kasem, keep your feet firmly on the ground, head for the stars, but
I like to get closer to the stars and just looking up at them, right?
Yep. That's awesome. And, and flying above the clouds and things like that. Now, I have flown, it's been a long time on a big jet plane, but I lived in San Diego when I went to broadcasting school, so I would fly back home here to the Midwest in Missouri and Kansas and, and come to visit the relatives. But that is super interesting. And I've talked to another guy, Kenny Kreider, who actually builds his own planes,
Okay.
and flies those too. And he's also into country music, and we've done an interview or two here, so... that's awesome. Great story. Do you have any youngsters or any siblings maybe that are musically inclined like you, or are you the only one?
I have four kids, and my oldest, who's getting ready to turn 16, learning how to drive right now. It's scary. He's got a wonderful, wonderful singing voice.
Wow.
And my 13-year-old son, Eli, he picked up a guitar about the same age I did, and honestly, that kid is going to surpass me by a long shot here soon.
How about that? Now, were you, Dad, self-taught on the guitar, or did you take lessons, or they taking lessons, or what?
I took one or two lessons when I initially started, but I never followed through with them, and most of everything I do is self-taught, and that's the same with my kids. I've taught the starting and the basics, and then they just kind of took it off from there.
Now, listening to different genres of music, like you mentioned, and I do too, do you also write in different genres and say, hey, this is going to be a gospel song, this is more traditional country, this is maybe an outlaw country song? There's so many genres even within country music, right?
Sure.
And is that the kind of writing that you do, just kind of let the song tell you where it's going to go?
I do have one worship song out there. It's called Jericho, and that sings about strongholds breaking. And then I actually was down at the studio 2 months ago, where we sat down and wrote some more songs. One song was a cover of a country song. I can't say which one yet. And then I have one song we wrote was another worship song, and the third song that we wrote and recorded was kind of like a country Christian style. So, yeah.
Awesome. Now, writing is a really neat process. Do you make time to write? Since you got 4 kids, you're really busy. Do you have to sit down and make that time, or do you have an idea pop in your head and you got to write it down and finish it later, or how do you kind of do it?
Sometimes I have to force myself to sit down. Working a full-time job. I have 4 kids, married. I'm in flight school. Things get busy, and then I'm doing the music on top of it.
My goodness.
So sometimes I'll try to force time to sit down and write, but sometimes I might wake up at 3-4 o'clock in the morning and, that's a good melody. And then I'll get up and just write a voice memo and, save it for later when I do get the time to sit down.
Maybe you write a song while you're 10,000 feet in the air. I don't know.
There you go. Maybe.
You're a mile high and writing that song.
Right.
Yep. That's awesome. So, man, you are busy, aren't you?
Oh, very. Someday it'll slow down, but,
Yep.
Not quite yet.
Well, the plan of doing this radio program is to get you lots of radio airplay, and if you ever do get out in front of folks and perform live, then, we want to see you get lots of gigs, too.
I appreciate that. I've been actually surprisingly been getting more calls than what I ever imagined. I've opened up for Rhett Walker, and this Saturday I'm opening up for Wade Jennings.
Oh, wow.
I'm opening up for him. in
Tell him I
September as
said
well.
hello. I interviewed him last year.
Okay, yeah, I will do that. I will do that when I see him this
Yeah,
Saturday.
he's
I've
a-
never met him.
He's a father of 6 kids, and he not only stays busy in the world of country music, he's busy as a family man. And, you know, he went through that outlaw phase like his grandpa, Waylon, and he said, you know, I just want to be a better man and a better person and a better father to my kids. And, man, I thought that was neat.
I think that's the goal of any good father, you know?
Yeah. Well, and to put your heart and your soul out there, not only in your music, but to tell those stories, you know, with the drugs and the alcohol and the things that he went through. I mean, he was picking cotton in Texas, you know, that growing up as a kid, you know, and he you know, they didn't have money growing up and stuff like that. They had a lot of hardships and stuff. And so, you know, he's got all those kind of stories, outlaw stories like his grandpa to tell. Pretty cool. So, yeah, you'll enjoy that. He's awesome.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm pretty excited
Yep,
about it.
absolutely. So that brings us to this next question. If you're playing with Waylon Jennings' grandson, what's your dream gig, an artist that you would like to maybe either open for or maybe somebody you'd like to do a duet with, your big-time dream gig?
Those would be some tough shoes to fill, but I would honestly say Chris Stapleton.
Oh, love it. Man, he's a great songwriter, isn't
He
he?
is a fantastic songwriter, yes.
Yep. I was watching the CMAs one night when he first broke out. He was nominated for like 9 awards. I think he wore a pair of boots out going up on that stage because he won a bunch of them. I don't know how many, but yeah, he was, and he's been going ever since. You know, and it seems like they come out of nowhere, but there's really no overnight success, is there? You work really hard behind the scenes trying to get your music out there and being as busy as you are, and you're not the only one that have told me that. You know, there's a lot of hard work that goes into it, and you've been doing your thing for a while now, I bet you, huh?
I've been at it for just over a year now, and
Okay.
I have learned in the past year that there is no such thing as an overnight success.
No.
That you're having to put a lot of time, dedication into it that most people don't even realize.
Yep.
They just see the back end of it,
Mm-hmm.
and the time and effort that goes in behind it.
Yeah.
You know, it makes you appreciate it a whole lot more.
Boy, sure does. And I know I interviewed Buddy Jewell. He won the first Nashville Star that Miranda Lambert was in that same season. She came in second or third or something like that and had a really huge career. But Buddy Jewell pitched his songs to Nashville for 10 years. And it took him winning that Nashville Star competition to get his first record deal and to really get the recognition, you know, for it. But yeah, so it's just the struggles are real, you know, but hard work always pays off, doesn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah, I
You
do
keep
too.
at it. Even when you feel like you're going to fall down, just keep going for it because there's something at the end of it, you know.
Exactly. Before we can afford to live in the Marriott and rent that motel, we've got Cheap Hotel. That's your first song, so tell us about this one.
So that song, I was at Curb Word with my cousin, sitting down going over music, and we're recording the very next day, and we're going over music that I had wrote, and something had sparked. My wife was sitting in the room, and she was talking about a car, and it for whatever reason, it triggered a memory of mine, and I own a small trucking company.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was down in Richmond, Virginia, I was taking a load of body armor down to the military base in Richmond. And what happened was I had my 45 on me, and military police didn't like that. They said, "You can't be here with this." And
Uh-huh.
they turned me back around, but they told me about this cheap hotel that was $29 a night, no exaggeration. And I get to this hotel, check into the room, put my 45 back in the room, and then I started heading back. And on my way back, my AC compressor had caught on fire,
Oh, man.
and I had just enough battery life. I got the fire out, broke the belt, had just enough battery life to get to the base, get unloaded, get back to this hotel where I was stuck and stranded at this hotel. And you know those situations, and I'm sure everybody's been there, and if you haven't, you will at some point, that the situations you don't want to be in.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got nowhere else to look but up. you know?
Yep.
And it was one of those situations. I'm 12 hours from my house. I don't know who to call. I don't know what to do. And I'm just starting my company, so I don't have much to my name,
Yeah.
you know? And so that's what that song's
Wow.
about, you know? So, yeah, it's based off a true story.
You are exactly telling stories like why I want to do these interviews. I call them the stories behind the songs. I mean, I get some wild song titles, you know, and some real simple ones like that. Cheap Motel or Cheap Hotel. I don't know what it's about till I ask the artist. And man, what a great story.
Well, I appreciate that.
You bet. Now, I don't have as an interesting story, but the other day I was hauling some body armor back from Walmart, but it was a case of energy drinks.
Right? There you go. A little bit different about body armor, but,
different kind of body armor. Your story is a lot more interesting than mine. We've got Phil Klum with us tonight. We're going to play Cheap Hotel, and then we're going to come back and talk about Into the Storm and Raise Up when we continue on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this Triple Play Thursday.
Broken down AC compressor engine caught on fire, don't get you far. And the only option you have now costs $29 on your credit card. And the smell of drinks spit on a carpet floor from the party on the night before. And the light bulb blinking above the dripping sink. You get exactly what you paid for at a cheap hotel with the Gideon's Bible broken down. This side of revival, stuck somewhere in the state of denial at a cheap hotel with the Gideon's Bible. Woke up in the middle of the night to the sound of a knockdown, drag-out fight. And the only thing I wanted was to hit the road running, but a voice said, hang on tight. I thought of reaching for my 45, but I want to live to see another day. But the words in red circled in my head, so I bowed and low to pray at a cheap hotel with the Gideon's Bible broken down. This side of revival, stuck somewhere in the state of denial at a cheap hotel with the Gideon's Bible. So I cussed and cried and hit the floor. I screamed at God and slammed that door. I beat my fist against the wall, and finally I surrender all. I surrender all at a cheap hotel with the Gideon's Bible broken down. This side of revival, stuck somewhere in the state of denial at a cheap hotel with the Gideon's Bible at a cheap hotel with the Gideon's Bible.
His name is Phil Klum. That is called Cheap Hotel. What a fantastic song and a great story, my friend. Thank you for telling that tonight and putting that song out to the world.
Well, thank you for playing that.
Oh, you're absolutely welcome. You know, when you have 4 kids, you're probably looking for a cheap motel still to this day, right? And one where kids eat free, huh?
Not hopefully not that cheap,
Not
but
that
yes.
cheap, right?
Not that cheap.
Yep, but that's a good song and a great story. Now, the next song we're going to play, and then the third one that's going to kick off the top of the hour, the next one's called Into the Storm and then Raise Up. Tell us about these.
So, Into the Storm is based off a story of when I was younger, growing up, and I was very bullheaded when I was growing up. You know, I didn't like to be told what to do. Just had to kind of figure out my own way. And the farther I got into it, the more I realized I should have listened to Mom and Dad, you know, and fell away from church for a hot minute. And I just, in that moment, you know, I felt the Lord just calling me back, and that's what that song is about.
Yep, that's awesome. Now,
Alpha.
are you like Madison and still to this day now get up and sing in front of the church choir, or do any of your youngsters do that too?
I do. We have a church, home church that we go to every Sunday, and I mean, I'm playing this Sunday. I'll play drums occasionally, and then I'll, like this Sunday, I'll be playing drums, and then I'm getting off the drum kit, and going up to play acoustic in front of a congregation. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
Reason I asked that question, and you probably know this, and in your church it's probably true, there's a lot of hidden talent out there that is not so hidden when it gets up on stage on Sunday, right?
Right. Yep. 100%.
Yeah, and I love that, you know, and you see these talent competitions, and I lived in Ada, Oklahoma, where Blake Shelton's from, and he did 23 seasons on NBC's The Voice, and I interview a lot of those people, and they're like, where did this talent come from? I mean, there's like young people like your kids, you know, 15, 16-year-olds that'll make the hair on your arm stand up when they start singing, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So that is awesome. Well, keep doing your thing, and this third song called Raise Up, that maybe have something to do with being in the church, right?
Yes. So Raise Up is, you ever have those moments where you're just tired, you're weary, you don't know where else to go, but you're too far in it to turn back. Kind of like I was telling you earlier, when you feel like you're falling down, just get up and keep going with it.
Right. And
just take that moment, raise up your praising hands, and, you know, just start going at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep. And that's what that song's about. So.
Absolutely. Well, I get a lot of great gospel stuff too. So anything that you want to make in the gospel, bluegrass, country genres, and we talked about that. You listen and write a little bit of everything, man. Feel free to send me more music later on, and we'll book another interview. It's been fun having you on.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you for having me on, and thanks for this opportunity here.
You're welcome. Thank you, Madison Sharp, for finding him. And where can the rest of the folks out there find Phil Clum if they want to search more?
So I'm on Facebook. You can search me up on Facebook at Phil Clum or Phil Clum Music. I'm on TikTok as Phil Clum Music and Instagram as well.
Okay.
And I'm on all the streaming platforms as well.
Awesome. And after our interview's over tonight, this interview will end up in the Tim Kelly Show interview archive. So if folks are just now getting tuned in, they can go back and listen to it over and over again. And for you, Phil, it's even downloadable if you want to share it later on as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome, and thanks for doing the program tonight. Have a great summer, and as I say around here, we'll see you on the radio.
Yes, sir.
You bet. We're going to play Into the Storm and Raise Up from Phil Clum on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this Triple Play Thursday.
When I was just a boy, I had these thoughts and crazy dreams of how life really ought to be. I couldn't wait to be holding up the drink and smoke and be wild and free. And it's no surprise I came to realize that this life is never as it seems. But there was a man who was holding out his hand, and he said, son, come and follow me. Just drop your things and follow me. I will follow you into the storm of this crazy thing called life. I don't know where I should go from here, but I'll trust that you're always near. I've done, 'cause I've always tried to run from you. Thank God there was a man who was holding out his hand, and he said, son, I have faith in you. I don't know where I would be if I did not have the strength to flee from the old ways devil had me wrapped up in. He will not hold me down again. I will follow you into the storm of this crazy thing called life. I don't know where I should go from here, but I'll trust that you are always near. I will follow you into the storm of this crazy thing called life. I don't know where I should go from here, but I'll trust that you are always near. I will follow you into the storm of this crazy thing called life.
Another hour of the best in new country starts now on KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's best.
I've been sitting here praying that my life would take a U-turn up ahead. No point stopping, I've gone too far. I just need a break to rest my weary head. Life has its ups and downs. Here we are going round and round in circles. It never seems to end. When time takes its toll on you, you gotta do what you gotta do. Even when you don't think you can, raise up your praising hands. Life has its twists and turns, so keep your hands on the steering wheel and just know that there is a better plan. 'Cause there's a God who's fighting for you, and he'll always be by your side, and he'll help you stand back up again. Life has its ups and downs, so here we are going round and round in circles. It never seems to end. When time takes its toll on you, you gotta do what you gotta do, even when you don't think you can. So raise up your praising hands. Even when you don't feel worthy, even when you're at your low, he will never give up on you. You are not alone. He is always 3 steps forward when you stumble 2 steps back. He's gonna get you moving, keep your feet on track. Life has its ups and downs. Here we are going round and round in circles. It never seems to end. Time takes its toll on you. You gotta do what you gotta do, even when you don't think you can. So raise up your praising hands. Raise up your praising hands.
His name is Phil Clum, C-L-U-M. You can find Phil Clum music all over social media, and you will be able to find this interview tonight from the Tim Kelly Show in the Tim Kelly Show interview archives after the live show is over tonight on my website at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. Just hit the archives, and you can just search Phil Clum with that little search button. It'll take you to any of the artists that I've interviewed in the past. That's a pretty cool feature that I just recently started messing with. But Phil can even download it, share it on his social media should he wish to do so. And thank you, my friend, for being on the program tonight. That was a fun interview and 3 great songs from you on the radio tonight. Welcome to the second hour of the Tim Kelly Show, live from Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world. I am live on my website right now at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com, that is. Scroll down just a little bit and you'll see a live radio player that says Radio Boss. You can even scan the QR code underneath it and download the Tim Kelly Show app and save that QR code to your device, and it will get you the live audio every other Wednesday night, Thursday, and Friday nights at 7 o'clock Central Time as well. And I have at Tim Kelly on Air over here on TikTok, hanging out with a lot of fine folks, and I'm also on YouTube at KICR Indie Country Radio. Like and subscribe and hit that bell notification. I sure would appreciate it. Let's start this hour with 3 from a good friend, Russ Lassen. It is called Local Lake, the first song on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
Sun's burning down through a clear blue sky. Cold bush lights are sitting on ice. Dogs waiting for me on the pontoon. Old 2-cycle smoking like it should. Ain't no schedule, ain't no plan. Just flip-flops, friends, and a little suntan. Waves roll slow and the world just fades. Yeah, we're trolling on my local lake. I've been to Key West, the Outer Banks, Honolulu too. Spent some time in the Bahamas, didn't cure my blues. I just like to put the throttle down and watch the wake, heading down to Boaters Beach, where the guitars play and it's always lit up like the 4th every day. Oh, there ain't no place like my local lake. Boats gassed up and the day's still young. Sunset cruising when the working's done. Pull up to the dockside restaurant, a burger and who's your daddy is what we want. Bartender knows my name and drinks. Second round's coming before I can blink. Ain't no ocean breeze could take its place. There's nothing like my local lake. I've been to Key West, the Outer Banks, Honolulu too. Spent some time in the Bahamas, didn't cure my blues. I just like to put the throttle down and watch the wake, heading down to Boaters Beach, where the guitars play and it's always lit up like the 4th every day. Oh, there ain't no place like my local lake. Maybe it's the moonlight on the waves, or the way that girls smile when Zac Brown plays. Hanging at Tony and Pam's place, right here where the good times never fade. I've been to Key West, the Outer Banks, Honolulu too. Spent some time in the Bahamas, didn't cure my blues. I just like to put the throttle down and watch the wake, heading down to Boaters Beach, where the guitars play and it's always lit up like the 4th every day. Oh, there ain't no place like my local lake.
Song number 2.
Golden sun on a small town street, barefoot laughter in the summer heat. Long days and firefly nights, everything just felt so right. We carved our names in the old oak tree. You swore you'd never walk away from me. Those memories fade like a radio tune, but I still smile when I think of June. Before the pain, before the rain, before you broke my heart again. Back when love was still brand new. Oh, and now I'm still in love with you. Before the nights turned cold and strange, before the silence overcame, I wish I could go back in time, back to June, before you said goodbye. Window down on a county road, you in my arms not letting go. Your kiss tasted like lemonade, now it's just a sweet mistake. You danced in the meadow wild and free, now you're just a ghost to me. I'll take the sadness and the blues, 'cause I still smile when I think of June. Before the pain, before the rain, before you broke my heart again. Back when love was still brand new. Oh, and I was still in love with you. Before the nights turned cold and strange, before the whiskey chased your name. I wish I could go back in time, back to June, before you said goodbye. Maybe next year when the warm winds blow, I'll drive by that place where we used to go. But even the sunshine can't outshine the way you loved me at one time. Before the pain, before the rain, before you broke my heart again. Back when love was still brand new. Oh, I was still in love with you. Before the nights turned cold and strange, before the whiskey chased your name. I wish I could go back in time, back to June, before you said goodbye. Yeah, every now and then I think of you, and I still smile when I think of June.
His name is Russ Lasson. That is Lasson. That song is called Back to June, and I'm playing that right now because we ought to go back to June. It was a lot cooler then. It is hot and steamy right now in July. We're on July the 2nd. That is a great song, though. Russ Lasson and Local Lake, a great tune before that as well. Go cool off at your local lake, and I bet you're going to do that this weekend on July 4th weekend, and that happens this Saturday. We are just a couple of days away from it. Have a safe and happy 4th of July, and happy birthday to America. It's 250th birthday, and it will be my grandson's 9th birthday, so we're going to celebrate either way. We're going to have a good time, and we'll party tomorrow night like it's the 4th of July on the 3rd on a New Music Friday edition of the Tim Kelly Show. So join us tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Central. I'll be playing the best in new country music, and I've got some great radio interviews on tomorrow night's program as well. I'll tell you about those a little bit later on in the show. The third song from Russ Lasson is called Christians Who Cuss a Lot. You don't know any of those folks, do you? This is it right here on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
I dropped the hammer, she burned the toast. Things that will upset most. My patience tends to run real thin when the old truck won't start again. breath, then stop and kinda half confess. Oh Lord, you know I'm not meaning to, but that wrench just slipped, and so did a few. Ain't proud of all the things I said. Sometimes my mouth outruns my head, but I know I'm forgiven, and there's gotta be a spot for people like me, Christians who cuss a lot. Boss man wants it done by noon. Computer froze up right on cue. Phones keep ringing, everything's on fire. That's about the time your password expires. You take one breath, stare at the clock, trying real hard not to say what you thought. Ain't proud of all the things I said. Sometimes my mouth outruns my head, but I know I'm forgiven, and there's gotta be a spot for people like me, those Christians who cuss a lot. Now I ain't talking mean and hateful, just human flawed, occasionally not so grateful, trying to do right, raise good kids, fight the good fight like everybody is. Then I laugh, bow my head and pray, Lord, you're still working on me anyway. Truth is, we're all just doing our best, carrying burdens nobody expects, trying to hold this whole thing down while life keeps spinning us around. Some folks hide it, some folks not. Halos fall off in the church parking lot. Now my glass house shines just as yours. Don't pretend to hide behind the door, 'cause I ain't proud of all the things I said. Sometimes my mouth outruns my head, but I know I'm forgiven, and there's gotta be a spot. Oh, there's gotta be a spot for people like me, Christians who cuss a lot. Where's my 10 millimeter? Where's my flashlight?
This hour of the Tim Kelly Show is sponsored by Trisha Marie Music. Check out Trisha Marie Music on the sponsors tab at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com and on TikTok at Trisha Marie 00.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it? Today's country.
Country lives right here. Country is what we do.
Today's country.
I think I'm going to celebrate the 4th of July shooting off a few fireworks.
Have a great 4th of July, but please leave the fireworks to the pros.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing new country's best.
Now this is my kind of country. New country. New country. New country.
These hometown boys just like me too much, and I've had enough. They say that they like my outfit, or they like my smile, or they like my touch.
I think I like you, but maybe I don't. If I do, I won't admit it.
And I say no, no, no. You say please, please, please. I'm just not so sure. You say I might just be the one you're looking for. I know how your hometown boys can be. And it's not that you're not just a little bit cute, but if I said I liked you, it might just be the truth. And I can't tell
She says that she likes my truck, or she likes my hair, or she likes my touch.
I think I like you, but maybe I don't. If I do, I won't admit it. And I say no, no, no. You say please, please, please. I'm just not so sure. You say I might just be the one you're looking for. I know how you hometown boys can be. And it's not that you're not just a little bit cute, but if I said I liked you, it might just be the truth. And I can't tell you. Oh, you're a bad, bad girl. Oh, you're a bad, bad boy. And I know how you hometown people are.
And I say no, no, no. You say please, please, please. I'm just not so sure. You say I might just be the one you're looking for.
I know how your hometown people can be. And it's not that you're not just a little bit cute, but if I said I liked you, it might just be the truth. And I can't tell you.
Song number 2.
I'm in my crazy, feeling kind of reckless. Lately, the thought of changing it is never once crossed my mind. And if you ask me why, it's probably 'cause of mine. Cowgirl impulses, scream and do it, don't think twice. Cowgirl impulses have you acting out of line. I'm so damn stubborn, it's the southern way. Cowgirl impulses, cowgirl impulses. I'm in my crazy when I'm at the bar. You can probably bet on the fact that I'm buying rounds. I got the house all on me. You can't blame it on mine. Cowgirl impulses, scream and do it, don't think twice. Cowgirl impulses have you acting out of line. I'm so damn stubborn, it's the southern way. Cowgirl
Her name is Trisha Marie. That is called Cowgirl Impulses. Before that, Hometown People, a great duet song that she did with her brother. And I'll have one more from Trisha in just a moment. I want to mention that Trisha Marie and I have done a couple of great radio interviews. You can check those out in the Tim Kelly Show interview archives on my website. And also, Trisha Marie is the director of New Artist Promotions for the state of Michigan. That is where she is from. You can check her out on the Meet the Staff page on my website at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. And congratulations to Trisha Marie. On July the 12th, she is going to get mainstream terrestrial radio airplay of that song I just played, Cowgirl Impulses, one that she asked me, what songs of mine would you send to those radio stations for them to play? That's the one I picked, and they are going to play it on the 12th, 99.5 WYCD, Detroit's Country. So be sure to tune into that. It is powered by Odyssey. You can download the Odyssey app absolutely free and search that radio station. And if you need it again, I'll give it to you. No problem. It is on my timeline on social media, so you can go check it out over there as well. After one more song from Trisha Marie, my second radio interview of the evening is going to happen with my good friend Scotty Ray Campbell. Stick around, ladies and gentlemen. We are almost not even quite halfway through the show. We're having a great time, and lots of people coming in over here on TikTok at Tim Kelly on Air, and I'm seeing lots of love on YouTube and Facebook as well. YouTube is KICR Indie Country Radio. The third song in the triple play for Trisha Marie is her brand new one out to radio called Backseat Hallelujah on KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this triple play Thursday.
Mama said love would find its way when the time was right someday. I rolled my eyes and shook my head after all the tears I'd shed. And you showed up out of nowhere, wind-blown hair and a country prayer. One kiss under that dashboard glow, and suddenly I knew. Backseat hallelujah, hands on me like truth does. Windows fogged up in your truck, with the radio turned up, heaven in a Chevrolet, heartbeat singing, stay, stay, stay. I found God in the way you love me. Backseat hallelujah. Oh, backseat hallelujah. Church bells ring on Sunday mornings, but I hear angels when you're calling. Every scar and every bruise led me straight to you. Oh, backseat hallelujah, hands on me like truth does. Windows fogged up in your truck, with the radio turned up, heaven in a Chevrolet, heartbeat singing, stay, stay, stay. I found God in the way you love me. Backseat hallelujah. Who knew salvation wore blue jeans and smelled like gasoline? Backseat hallelujah, you turned my baby into us, and every prayer I ever prayed was answered in your touch. Heaven in a Chevrolet, heartbeat singing, stay, stay, stay.
so wild. It's Triple Play Thursday on the Tim Kelly Show. 3 songs in a row from the folks you ought to know. Indie country hearts louder than the rodeo. Triple Play Thursday on the Tim Kelly Show.
KICR Indie Country Radio, the #1 indie country radio station in the world, according to Google.
You're listening to the Tim Kelly Show on KICR Indie Country Radio. It is Triple Play Thursday tonight. That means every artist on the program gets 3 songs in a row played. Now, the next 3 songs you get to hear the stories behind in a great interview with my good friend Scotty Ray Campbell. How are you tonight?
Oh, I'm doing great, Tim. Glad to be on the show. I appreciate you having me on.
You're welcome, man. Thanks for the time. I know we've been talking back and forth on TikTok and Messenger quite a bit in the past, and thank you for being part of the show all the time and hanging out when you can and listening to some of the other great artists. Man, I love seeing artists support other artists, too. That's awesome.
I agree 100%, man. There's some great talent out there from all aspects of it. I enjoy listening to them, become fans themselves.
Absolutely. Now, you're a artist that is also a songwriter, so I've got you in the KICR Songwriter Showcase, and you've got some great demo cuts that we're going to play for the folks tonight, and so we'll talk about how they can get a hold of you in the showcase and all of that later on, but you're from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Garth did a pretty decent song about Baton Rouge, didn't he?
Yes, he did. I'm actually born and raised in Cedartown, Georgia. I've been in Baton Rouge since 2012. But I call it home now. You know, I'm here. I've embraced the roots and all the swamp life here, so to speak. And,
right.
So I write from that perspective of both sides, right?
I sold insurance a long time ago, back from 2007 to 2010, and we went to Shreveport to a convention, and then I was as a young kid we were going to Monroe, Louisiana. So I've been through that in the swamp and the bayous a little bit, and the moss hanging off the trees. We got to see all that.
Oh, yeah, I'm a little further south than that. That's a different neck of the woods.
Yeah, right.
But it's still Louisiana. We still love it. That's where so many got their starts from, you know, from Kix Brooks and Ronnie Dunn, you know, from up there. The Hayride was in Shreveport. So, yeah, it's a good location for country music.
I've watched that show, Swamp People, with Troy and those guys shooting those alligators, those big alligators, too. I like that show.
Yeah, they're about 30 minutes away from
Is that right? 30 minutes? Wow.
Yeah. Duffy's, Troy's Landry's gas station where they process all the alligators come through. That's a cool place to visit down there. Yeah, it's nice.
How cool. So, and you were telling me you've kind of made a connection with another buddy of mine who I've interviewed on the program, and I just played him a couple of weeks ago. His name's Dalton Jones. He's not too far from you either.
Well, he's in Alabama, but he's kind of near where I grew up at. We just made a connection. I've become a big fan of his, man. He's got some really great music, the originals he's putting out there, and, man, he is grinding it out. And, we've just kind of connected, you know, through social media and outlets of radio and country music and everything, and we kind of stay in touch with each other and, you know, talk a little bit here and there on the side. You know? So, yeah, big fan of his, man. I love his music.
That's awesome. Yeah, and he'll pop in every once in a while on TikTok, and I'm over here live right now, so maybe we'll see him tonight. Who knows? It says you're known for your heartfelt storytelling. You're rooted in faith, family, real-life moments. You even told me that you are still, or you were, an associate pastor, so you probably even grew up singing in the church a little bit, like I hear a lot, huh?
Yes, I kind of grew up. I would, you know, scream from the front pew as little kids, you know, up there, I'll fly away and go through all those things. But it wasn't much. It was much later in life when I, you know, kind of changed and around. That's actually how it ended up in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. My wife is from here, and her uncle had a church here, and we met. She was going on a mission trip to Honduras, and we kind of connected that route, and that's how I ended. Ultimately, after we dated for about 2 years, for me and Georgia and her here, relocated down here, and we ended up married that next pastor to her uncle's church. Loved it. Loved all the mission work and everything else we did. Yeah, it was great.
That's awesome. You broke up there just a little bit on that last. How long you guys been together?
So we started dating in 2010, I think it was, in April of 2010. So, yeah, we've been together for a few years now.
Well, congratulations. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah, that's my rock.
Yeah.
My rock, my support.
How about any young ones that are musically inclined, kind of like you and like Dad's songwriting?
I've got 2 daughters and a couple of grandsons, but my youngest daughter, she is a great vocalist. Actually, she won her talent contest in the 5th grade. She was singing some Sugarland, and she won it and got her a trophy over there. But she just never proceeded with it. But she's got a great voice. She's real good sound and stuff like that. But just I don't know, it wasn't her calling. I guess from that sense of it, she's a nurse, or actually an X-ray or CT technician, I guess you would say.
Gotcha.
And she's doing that type of work.
Man, I love that. That is helping people. Music is helping people. I hear these stories all the time, and how a song can impact somebody in 3 or 4 minutes long. Just of that much time telling these stories, and that's why you want to do it, isn't it? Is to have one of your songs resonate with somebody so much to the point that it helps somebody. And I saw that you just picked up for songwriting some nominations for the Josie Awards too. That's awesome. Congratulations.
I appreciate that, man. Super excited to be one of the 20 nominees for that Songwriter Personal Portfolio, and looking forward to being in Nashville at the Grand Ole Opry on September the 20th for those awards. So, it's exciting times, and you're correct. That's my first passion is storytelling through song, so I really feed into that. It usually starts with an idea, and I'm telling a story, and most of my stuff, if you listen to my music, is based on personal experiences for the most part.
Right.
That's gone through. I've lived a evolved life from, and I've kind of been doing this since the early 2000s. I was actually on a TV show called The Complex Malibu that aired on Fox back in 2004, and I did a little ditty number on the show that aired, and that was my fluke way of getting into ASCAP. Back then, it wasn't like it is now. You had to be pulled in by doing actually a public performance, and so I got in that way back in that day. So that show aired in 2004, but that kind of spurred my writing. I just took it. I've always kind of took songs and recreated them, in my own version, but that kind of really took off from there.
Well, you as being an associate pastor, and I say this all the time, and we're even going to talk about gospel music because I just started this thing on the website, the KICR Gospel Greats. There's so much great gospel music out there, and you're going to send me some too as well. You got one and that I know of, and then in the future you can send more. But you've got that God-given ability, is what I'm trying to get at. That you can tell these stories and and make it so people can resonate, and then in turn it does help others, overcome whatever life situations are, and you can tell those cool stories and wrap them up. It's basically poetry set to music, isn't it?
That's exactly right. That's kind of what it is. You take a set of lyrics, you make it, two verses and a chorus, right? Bring it together and tell them people can connect with it. And a lot of people have relatable experiences to these songs, as many people have been through the same situations I've been through. And whether it's bad and you found yourself later on in the light of the love of Christ, it's one way to do it, right? So it takes all aspects of it to realize, hey, I've been at the bottom and I've been at the top, and you got to just tell it through a song.
Absolutely. Now, you told me kind of off the air before we got started your process for putting the songs together and the equipment that you use. But as a songwriter, I got to ask this question: are you more lyric based? Do you have to have a hook and a melody, or is it kind of a combination of both? Do you always have music in your head or melodies, or what?
It usually starts out as just some random words. It's like I was telling you, kind of off there. It's like just this morning, I told my wife, I was like, man, I sure would like to have some flounder. And she said, I like the way that sounded. And it just starts from that. Even something so simple, it sounds kind of crazy to somebody. But when I hear it, it's a song in my head. I can hear the melody right then. I can hear the hook of it, right? And then I just take that hook and build on it. So go from there. And sometimes it comes quick. I can do one, write a song in a day, and sometimes it's like I write it, table it for a day or two, go back at it, get from that point. So it just varies, Sometimes they just fall into place, and sometimes you're like, all right, I don't like the way this is, and I keep reworking it until I go. So sometimes it's 20 and 30 rewrites before I get it right.
See, you're answering all those questions, because sometimes I've been told the best songs maybe are done in less than an hour. Other times people say, that song was so powerful and touched me because it was so personal, I had to put the pen and paper down and finish it later. I just couldn't do it right then. And, you hear it all about songwriting. You guys are a unique breed, I'm telling you. I've figured that out. Some of these songwriters in the showcase, they'll send me and warm me up with about 3 songs, and if I like them and take them on and load them, man, I had a guy send me 47 songs in one big email here recently after I took him on. So You got a bunch in the can, probably, is what I'm getting at, right?
Oh, yeah, I probably got 140, 150 songs.
Oh, there you go. Yep. See, I knew it.
not that many's released, right?
Yeah.
I just haven't got the point to turn them loose. But the ones I release, I'm real critical of. Whether I put them out, I want them to sound just right, from that perspective, whether somebody else cuts it or whether I put it out myself, it's one way or the other. So I just want to make sure what I'm getting out, it's a quality product that resonates with other people and they feel it and understand it, right?
Well, and you're getting played on a lot of other radio stations besides mine. I mean, mine is going to put you out on 13 radio stations around the world that I'm syndicated on that take this show. But we were talking before we got on here, how everything I do and others too are digitally tracked, and so you're seeing how many digital downloads and all of that and plays that it's getting on other radio stations, and I'm not even seeing those stats you were kind of telling me, so it's kind of mind-blowing to see that and to really know where people are streaming from around the world. That's cool to see too, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. When you definitely look at like your Spotify and your Apple Music, Amazon, and look at all the tracks, and then some of them, pick up the radio spins, but there's actually some other metrics that I use, the blast, that I can track where the stations are and what the location, what area of the country it's being played, and the listens, even globally, because I've got a lot of people in Canada, a lot of people in Sweden, believe it or not.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Brazil.
Speaking of Sweden, I took on an artist and I started playing his music and accepted some of it. He goes, "Hey, I'm on this radio station in Sweden and they heard your show and they would love to have you." And I look them up and they've been around since 1979. So,
wow.
You never know what doors are going to open, but a lot of times you don't want to close that door to somebody and say, "Well, no, they really don't want to take on your music." If I hadn't have said yes to him, it wouldn't have led to that. So, there's that too.
Oh yeah, Australia's been a big one too. I get a lot of
awesome
in Australia, so yeah, it's been good globally.
Yep.
with the music.
Man, I got hit up by a guy here a few months ago. At 1:30 in the morning, he hit me up. But of course, it's the next day in the afternoon in Australia when he hit me up, and that's where he's from. And we ended up booking an interview, and then come to find out he's a radio guy in Australia too, and kind of interviews people like I do. So that's pretty cool.
It's awesome. You realize most of us that are in the indie world all have full-time jobs and we do something else. This is a passion for us, but until it gets to that point where we can actually break away and do what we love for our passion. But that's you keyed in on it, right?
Well, and that's how this show works too. It's a passion of mine to be doing this and talking to you guys, and we met because of it, man. And there's nothing better than that. And that's what I'm going to remember. Is the people that you meet along the journey, and you're going to figure that out too in your songwriting journey if you haven't already, and especially if you get to go to the Josie Awards and hang out and meet some of those folks, and there's going to be a lot of talent there, and you're going to be in an iconic venue at the Grand Ole Opry too.
Oh yeah, looking so forward to that. Yeah, the radio hosts and owners of the radio stations I've met, connected with, interviewed with, went through those have become personal friends. There's several of y'all that I talk to on a basis, a pretty regular basis, bounce stuff off of, just have general conversation as well as just keeping up with family and everything. Yourself, Wayne Benson, he's one of my good buddies. So
awesome.
We've formed relationships off of this music that'll go way past the music, So,
man, you ain't a kidding. I just celebrated 14 years of doing this show last May, and I did a couple of throwback shows to celebrate that, and I didn't even get the music played that I really had in my mind that I wanted to put out there of artists that maybe not even doing music anymore, but it's been such a neat thing to watch their careers if they choose to do music, and even if it's for a time, a lot of the females, they end up having a family and raising kids and stepping away, and you're getting going at a later age in life, but the talent is talent, isn't it? Whether you have that songwriting talent, the ability to tell stories, or you can vocally go out there and perform in front of folks and showcase that talent, you're doing something that the world needs to hear, and that's why I wanted to talk to you tonight, because I love your music too, brother.
Oh man, I certainly appreciate it. But Tim, over the 14 years you've been doing this show, you touched so many lives of artists that's been out there, songwriters and everybody else. They think the world of you. You see it definitely by the follow and everything else, man. So keep doing what you're doing, because you don't know the inspiration you bring to those that's struggling. You know, we're out here trying to put stuff out, but it just means a lot for you to put them on the air and accept it. They feel, hey, look, I'm it gives a little bit more motivation, right, to keep going forward, right?
Exactly. Well, and when I hear stuff like that from you, then that does it for me too, you know, because I've thought about not doing this for a while, you know, or not keep going. But I'll tell you what, Amazon says I'm in my prime if I pay them another 30 days.
Yeah, you and Brenda are great people, man. You know,
well, thank you.
You don't need to get us fired up.
There you go. And she's actually wanting to interview me now, so you got to tune into that show in October. She's going to interview me and ask how I kind of got started doing this. It was really almost before I met her. I was doing it shortly after we met shortly after I started doing the radio thing. So. But, you know, I loved radio when I was a young man. You know, when I would walk into a radio booth and see that mic on the boom and the padded walls, you know, with the soundproof foam and the commercial carts, I'm like, that's what I want to do right there.
100%, man. That's awesome. I love it. I love the story.
And, you know, and listening to Casey Kasem and Wolfman Jack back in the day, and then Rick Dees when I lived in San Diego, he was in L.A., and, you know, and he even dabbled in songwriting, too. He had one out called Disco Duck. You probably remember that one back in the day.
Oh, definitely.
You know, stuff like that. So. Yeah, and, you know, it's just, it is. And for DJs, I mean, it's the people you meet and getting to, you know, go to these concerts and relate with these folks. And, in fact, in August, we're going to go see Hannah Harper, who just won American Idol. She's the first country person that's done it since Carrie Underwood. So, you know.
Oh, yeah, she's an amazing talent. I loved her. I voted for her.
And a great Christian woman and all of that, too, I've heard, you know. And a song about string cheese. Who would have ever thought that'd take off, right?
Yeah, that thing went crazy viral on social media, didn't it?
So that brings up another thing, you know, trying to find a title for a song, you know, and make that resonate into a whole story. That's a process that sometimes doesn't happen overnight, huh?
Oh not really. It's you kind of come up with the hook and the lyrics first, and man, you argue with yourself over what the title should be, and is it gonna resonate? Is it too much? Is it gonna be accepted? So it's a difficult decision. You know, it's your baby. You're trying to own that thing and make sure it's the best out here. You may be favored and biased to it, but other people may not see it the way you do. So if you think of like living with diabetes, who would have thought diabetes, right?
I know. You know, I was going to say that. I see a lot of song titles in my email. Sometimes they're just one word, but, you know, this one I was like, and we're going to get to hear the story behind that one in the next segment, but I didn't even know there was such a word until you came up with it, so that's awesome.
That's right. I think I heard it somewhere along the line when somebody said, oh, that person lies so much they're walking around here with diabetes. And I'm like,
there's the song, ding, ding, ding. Well, the first one we're going to play tonight is one of my favorites of yours. It's called Louisiana Smoke Show, perfect for somebody that lives down in Baton Rouge, but tell us the story behind this one.
Louisiana Smoke Show, I really kind of wrote that originally for, you know, my wife. I call her my smoke show, my Louisiana Smoke Show. And that kind of come about from my son-in-law. When he first met my mother-in-law, he looked at my wife and my mother-in-law, and he's like, man, you know, they look so much alike. He called my mother-in-law a smoke show, you know, from that point. And I'm like, it just kind of stuck with me. But it's just, you know, the first time I met my wife when I flew down from Atlanta and met her in Baton Rouge. We were in New Orleans, you know, down in the French Quarter, and it kind of just spun off from there. So that's where that come from. You know, she's walking down Bourbon, you know.
Yeah.
So that's led into the lyrics of that one. So.
I love it. Well, and it makes me think of coming to Branson, and I've been to many shows here, and I was doing my radio show in some of the theaters here for a time. They put on some pretty good smoke shows on those live stages here in Branson too. So, man, if you ever come to the live show capital of the world or anywhere close, hit me up and we'll definitely get together. This will be fun.
Oh, definitely. We're looking forward to coming back. We come up a couple years ago and stayed out at the Bass Pro Place.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So got a chance to go visit around. I love Lambert's.
Oh yeah. Hey, we're a mile from it. I actually live north of Branson, and so we're about mile 2 down the road is Lambert's Cafe. They throw the rolls at you. How about it?
Oh yeah, love riding the ducks downtown.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was there a couple months before the I guess they had the issue or whatever with the boat a couple years ago.
Yeah, the duck boat accident. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the boat accident. So, we were up there. We actually went to a couple of the showcases. We were up there in the winter and it snowed. It was snowing everywhere. But we wanted to watch the Elvis impersonators and stuff like that. And that was a really good show. So we had a good time there.
Sounds good. Well, I'd love to have you back, and we'll have a great time. Well, we're having a great time right now with Scotty Ray Campbell. We're going to play Louisiana Smoke Show. We're going to come back and talk about How Did I Miss This and Living with Diabetes when we continue on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on this Triple Play Thursday.
Saw her walking down Bourbon with a fire in her stride. Magnolia perfume cutting through the night. Cowboy boots on crack, those stone, but she shines like gold, I'll never own. She's the kind that makes the world slow down. Every head turns when she's in town. I ain't here for a quick flame to burn and fade. I'm dreaming about forever, not a one-night stage. She's a Louisiana smoke show, hotter than July, way out of my league, but I still gotta try. Not just a spark I can't hold. I want a love that'll never grow old. I'll chase her till the last curtain call, hoping one day she'll see it all. This country boy's heart won't let go of that show. I took her dancing out by the levee lights. River rolled on under starry skies. She laughed at my stories, leaned into my song, said, boy, you've been chasing me all night long. I tipped my head and prayed she'd stay. She smiled and stole my breath away. There ain't a diamond in the bayou that could outshine her eyes. And I'll keep running this road till she's riding by my side. She's a Louisiana smoke show, hotter than July, way out of my league, but I still gotta try. Not just a spark I can't hold. I want a love that'll never grow old. I'll chase her till the last curtain call, hoping one day she'll see it all. This country boy's heart won't let go of that Louisiana smoke show. She's a storm I'll never tame, a wildfire calling my name. If forever takes a lifetime, Lord, I'll stand tall. I'll fight for that flame till the final fall. She's a Louisiana smoke show, hotter than July, way out of my league, but I still gotta try. Not just a spark I can't hold. I want a love that'll never grow old. I'll chase her till the last curtain call, hoping one day she'll see it all. This country boy's heart won't let go of that Louisiana smoke show. Yeah, I'll never let go of my Louisiana smoke show.
His name is Scotty Ray Campbell. That is called Louisiana Smoke Show. You just heard a great story behind it, and I bet your wife is a smoke show.
No doubt she is mine.
I know mine is too.
Exactly.
One thing she likes to do is she's so crafty. She does like to show people what she can do. And so some of the artists that I've interviewed over the last 14 years, you know, they're having little babies or something. She likes to crochet and make them Afghans and that kind of thing and send them out. So.
Awesome. Well, you just had a grandbaby in April.
I saw that. Yeah, congratulations. That's awesome. And, you know, we love our grandkids, don't we? And I've got my grandson, Barrett. His birthday is going to be in 2 days, actually. This Saturday, the 4th of July, is his birthday. So
awesome.
We're going to celebrate 250 years of America and nine years of Barrett.
That sounds like a blast right there. That sounds like a reason to party.
Yeah, we're going to have a good time. Tell us about the next song. How Did I Miss This? Title of it.
Well, you kind of led into it earlier of how people influence you along the way and how they touch your lives. And that song was probably one that flowed out of me. But kind of a backstory, there was a famous barber that was in my hometown in Cedartown, Georgia, that grew up with that everybody knew. He was a politician. He was on the radio. He did everything. But he was the guy that gave me my first haircut. But I used to go sit in a chair, and he'd like, Campbell, you're going to do great things. You know, when he would go through all these things everywhere. He passed away last year.
Wow.
And I had wrote a song called, put out a song right before that, but I sat down at night and I was thinking about all the people in my life, you know, whether it be Gary that poured into me or my first job, the Casey's on the store that poured into me. Made a comment, taught me something, showed me a little something about business or whatever it may be, was, you know, building my life and who I am today. And it's like, how did I miss this? You know, how did I miss what was going on during those moments that they were sharing all those times with me, you know, throughout the years. And, you know, it's much later in life you look back and really kind of focus in on your life of who else poured into you, and you realize you're a product of every one of them that shared something with you, a kind comment, no matter what it is. And that song kept me up. It hit me, and I kid you not, I wrote that thing in a matter of hours and one night. And it was just one of those songs that come to you, like you said. It just pours out of you. It's like almost like the Holy Spirit was guiding me to write that song. And
absolutely.
I couldn't take that away.
You know, I've said that too, and people have told me that. You know, God kind of puts the song out there, but He leaves it up to you to finish it for Him. You know.
That's right. That's right. I hope people can pick up on that story behind it. It's a beautiful song. I love that song.
That's awesome.
I loved writing it. It just flowed.
Yep.
So great.
You alluded to this last one, Living with Diabetes, about how people can lie so much, you know, that, hey, he must be suffering from diabetes. Tell us the rest of it.
Yeah, that kind of spawns from some personal experiences, you know, growing up where you've been in relationships where you know, somebody's had infidelity or cheated along the way, and how it affects you and how it deals with it. But it's kind of tough. You know, you normally hear women say that, you know, hey, I've been cheated on, I've been abused, I've been through those things, but you rarely ever hear men do that, right? Have that experience, right? And that's whole from a man's perspective of having, you know, dealing with a woman that's got multiple people they don't know about, and they're having to live with diabetes, you know. So it's a play on that one. So
I
a little
love
bit of reverse psychology in it, right?
You're making me think of one that Reba cut called You Lie, and she absolutely nailed it. And boy, she's got a great voice. And I spent 20 years in Southeast Oklahoma. I got to meet her uncle, one of her uncles, and then my ex-father-in-law used to work on her ex-husband's cars. You know, he was a mechanic, and Charlie Battles was married to Reba for a while and used to come into the shop down there and everything. And then Reba would be around town every now and then in Stringtown, Oklahoma, back down home. So, you know, it's great to see the success that somebody like that is having, though, in the world of music. And we look forward to you being successful at it, too, man, because you write some banging songs. They're good.
Man, I certainly appreciate it. I like that reference to Reba. Actually, was that her? She has a stable up in Gallatin, Tennessee. When I lived in Nashville back in, I think it was '96 area, there I had a friend that worked at her stables and was able to go out there. Over there, I saw her from a distance, but really didn't get to meet her. But it was just cool to be there in that environment. And know, hey, look, I'm standing on Reba's property.
Yeah,
it was crazy, but yeah.
Absolutely. Well, you know, we just met through the internet. You were searching for radio stations probably to play some of your stuff and all of that, and we ended up connecting, and I'm sure glad we did. And, you know, it's amazing the people, like I said, that you meet along this journey, and you've been fun to talk to, man. Even when we started talking before we got on the air tonight, I felt like I've already known you for years or something.
Same, man. I know we've never heard, you know, talk to each other voice to voice up here, but we've done a lot of talking on social media.
We have.
Myself and you and Brenda. I get to hear you a lot, right? You don't get to hear me from that perspective. But, yeah, man, I love it. Enjoy it. I knew we'd connect and get along good. I was like, that's the person I like to be around. So.
Yeah, same here, brother. And we'll let the waitress throw rolls at it, but we might throw them at each other too when you come back.
Sounds perfect, brother.
I love it. Where can folks find Scotty Ray Campbell if they want to check out more? Other than you're on the KICR Songwriter Showcase, so go hit that tab, scroll down and find his music player, and you can hear these demo cuts we're playing tonight, and his email's right underneath them, and these songs are up for recording. If you want to record one of these songs, he's looking for major cuts by independent artists or even the big names. So, but where else can folks find you, my friend?
Yeah, I got a website. It's Scotty, SCOTTY, Ray, WRAY, Campbell, CAMPBELL.com is my website. You can also find my 3 full albums on all the streaming services and Apple and iTunes and all the 23 different platforms.
Right.
I got 3 albums and 2 singles out. So yeah, please go grab and take a listen. One of my songs, "Heaven for a Day," went pretty viral across TikTok platform over there that I reached. It was an Angel Christmas song, but it was about missing my dad, and that one took off pretty good. I need to get that to you here at Christmas time, if you can play that one.
Yeah, absolutely. I got a Christmas channel that plays them 24/7, so you don't even have to wait for Christmas. We'll do it. We'll do Christmas in July. Does that sound good?
That sounds perfect, man. I'll get that one over to you.
Yeah, it's snowing over on that page of the website year round. So right now, as we speak.
Oh, yeah.
You betcha. Well, man, this has been fun, and congratulations on everything you've already got going on, and hopefully the Josie Awards will pan out well for you. But just getting that recognition and getting your name and your songs out there, that's the deal, isn't it? It makes you feel good hearing them on the radio, huh?
That does. It just kind of solidifies. Now I can get into some actual writing rooms, and in Nashville, that kind of helps me out from that perspective. So,
right.
Being in that personal songwriter portfolio, it kind of opens some doors, and I'm looking forward to connecting with other artists and songwriters as well as industry professionals when I get to Nashville, and hopefully it opens some different doors that I haven't had a pathway into. I've got a lot of connections, but this is definitely going to help. So,
well, thank you for opening my door and putting your music out there to this radio station, and I'm glad I said yes to you, man. This has been fun, and let's do it again.
Sounds perfect, man. I appreciate you so much, Tim.
You are welcome. Scotty Ray Campbell, How Did I Miss This? And Living with Diabetes, coming up on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
It's funny how life works, ain't it strange? You think you're driving straight, but God's changing lanes. A word from a stranger, a smile on a day. You never knew that moment would shape your way. A teacher, a barber, a friend on the phone, talk in the driveway when you felt alone. Just little snapshots you took away, but one day they all replay. How did I miss this? All the small town angels hidden plain sight. Every lesson, every kindness was painting the story of my life. Didn't see it then, but I can't dismiss that divine connection through the moments I live. Now I look back and it all makes sense. How did I miss this? Sometimes it takes a goodbye to see the footprints left all over me. That Sunday handshake, that laugh on the porch, that neighbor who helped when my heart was torched. Now years go by, but when the memories call, I see the meaning behind it all. It's like God whispered, son, here's your sign. Every thread was part of the design. How did I miss this? All the small town angels hidden plain sight. Every lesson, every kindness was painting the story of my life. Didn't see it then, but I can't dismiss that divine connection through the moments I live. Now I look back and it all makes miss this. Every touch of mercy, every twist of fate, all those seconds I took for granted were miracles in disguise that day. And now I see the beauty I once dismissed in every handshake, every hug I've kissed. It hits my soul like a photograph bliss. Oh Lord, how did I miss this? It's funny how life works, ain't it true? He was showing his plan right there through you.
Another hour of the best in new country starts now on KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's best.
It started with a mirror, a brand new gym bag, a diet plan, and a shirt with a tag. You're taking me time, you're finding yourself, but I can see that sparkle and it ain't good for my health. You got a glow I've never seen before, and a password lock on that iPhone door. I'm trying to trust, but baby, I confess, it's looking like you caught a case of something I can't test. Yeah, you're living with loud BTs, got that look in your eyes, girl, I can see it. You say it's just friends and girls night out, but I'm losing my mind while you're working it out. All these symptoms I can't ignore, it ain't love like it was before. I'm trying to heal, but truth is you're gone, and I'm living with loud BTs. Late night scrolling, laughing at texts. You say it's mean, but my heart says next. Trips to the store just to get some air, but your perfume lingers like someone else was there. You got new friends and a brand new smile, and I ain't seen that spark in a while. The way you hide that phone like a loaded gun, girl, IBTs is a dangerous one. Yeah, you're living with IBTs, got that look in your eyes, girl, I can see it. You say it's just friends and girls night out, but I'm losing my mind while you're working it out. All these symptoms I can't ignore, it ain't love like it was before. I'm trying to heal, the truth is you're gone, and I'm living with IBT. Maybe it's me holding on too tight, or maybe your heart took another bite, but love don't fade in a day or two unless you caught that lie that's changing you. Yeah, you're living with loud BTs, got that look in your eyes, girl, I can see it. You say it's self-care, but I know the signs when the truth's been skipping on borrowed time. Guess love's a sickness hard to cure, but your heart ain't mine anymore. Now I'm just learning how to live with this, baby, I'm living with loud BTs. Yeah, it's a heartbreak disease, and I'm the one wearing the scars it leaves.
Living with Diabetes. There it is from Scotty Ray Campbell. It is W-R-A-Y on Ray. Scotty Ray Campbell, and Scotty Campbell if you want to look him up on Facebook. He's fantastic, and he's hanging out with us with his wife, Allie, the Louisiana Smoke Show over here on TikTok at Tim Kelly on Air. Thank you for a great radio interview tonight. That was awesome. And after this live show is over, that will end up in the Tim Kelly Show interview archives. You can find that tab at the top of the homepage of my website at KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. Welcome to the third hour, and I've got more triple plays on the way as well. We've got some great country music coming up, and thank you for joining from Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world. You can also catch me live every Thursday and Friday night at 7 o'clock Central Time on TikTok at Tim Kelly On Air Live, and I'm also on YouTube hanging out at KICR Indie Country Radio and on Facebook. Don't want to forget those folks. Hello to everybody, and we hope you have a very safe and happy 4th of July weekend. Lots of people already hitting the roads and traveling, so you guys be safe out there, all right? My Own Worst Enemy, the first song from a brand new single from Jonathan Lynn, my good friend, on KICR Indie Country Radio. New Country's Best on this Triple Play Thursday.
Let me introduce myself. I think you know me all too well. I'll try to play it cool, but deep inside of you, I'm a jagged little pill. Stop and listen for a while to these things I say to you. There's a fight you try to win, time and time again, like you've got something to prove. I'm your own worst enemy. I know that's hard to believe. Look in the mirror, you will see you're staring back at me. I'm your own worst enemy. Into the room, I can change any mood. Take your glide and make you sad, or even make you mad. The choice is up to you. I'm your own worst enemy. I know that's hard to believe. Look in the mirror, you will see you're staring back at me. I'm your own worst enemy. Enemy. I know that's hard to believe. Look in the mirror, you will see you're staring back at me. I'm your own worst enemy. I'm your own worst enemy. I know that's hard to believe. Look in the mirror, you will see you're staring back at me. I'm your own worst enemy. Look in the mirror, you will see you're staring back at me. I'm your worst enemy.
Number 2.
I was coming of age, old enough to understand. My dad said we've got to have a talk, son, man to man. There'll be girls in your life, love will come and love will go. There's a few things about the ladies a man needs to know. Well, ladies love warm sunshine, sipping on sweet red wine. They love flowers and flirting and dancing in 3/4 time. Ladies love fancy things, silk and satin and diamond rings. But most of all, they love the feeling that true love brings.
little tender love and care will go a long way late at night. You can promise forever, but the words are not enough. You've got to know what's in a lady's heart to win a lady's love. And ladies love warm sunshine, sipping on sweet red wine. They love flowers and flirting and dancing in 3/4 time. Oh, the ladies love fancy things, silk and satin and diamond rings. But most of all, they love the feeling that true love brings. Oh, the ladies love warm sunshine, sipping on sweet red wine. They love flowers and flirting and dancing in 3/4 time. Oh, the ladies love fancy things, silk and satin and diamond rings. But most of all, they love the feeling that true love brings.
And once again, his name is Jonathan Lynn, L-E-N. Go check him out. He's fantastic, and he's been doing some great gigs, even performing on a cruise ship of late. That one is called Ladies Love, and before that, My Own Worst Enemy. Now, I have said many times in the radio interviews that I do and talking to the artist, if you write a song that somebody plays at their wedding, at least that couple will never forget it. They'll remember it the rest of their lives. Well, this third song that I'm going to play in the triple play was played at our wedding. Me and my wife, and by the way, she's in the house tonight in the studio, hanging out right behind me, had this song played at our wedding, and it will be the 5th anniversary of our wedding come this October the 10th. So happy anniversary, honey. There you go. And she's right behind me crocheting one of those Afghans that we talked about in the Phil Klum interview as well, or Scotty Ray interview. That's right. You're All I Need is the title of the song from Jonathan Lynn on KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
I'll never find someone like you, ever change my whole world the way that you do. Loving you, baby, so simple and free. Trust me, my darling, you're all I need. When I first saw you, my eyes behold, who is this beauty with a heart of gold? But I knew then, before it began, you were just a lover, you'd be my best friend. I'll never find someone like you, ever change my whole world the way that you do. Loving you, baby, so simple and free. Trust me, my darling, you're all I need. Life ain't easy, sometimes so rough. Others always run when things got too tough. But you took my hand, you promised your love. I knew you'd be there to the end. I'll never find someone like you,
ever change my whole world the way that you do. The way that you do. Loving you, baby. So simple and free. Just trust me, my darling, 'cause you're all I need. You're all I need. Just trust me, my darling, 'cause you're all I need.
This hour of The Tim Kelly Show is sponsored by Matthew Child Music. Check out Matthew Child Music on the Sponsors tab at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com and at MatthewChildMusic.com.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it. Today's country.
I love absolutely every single song they play. This station is dangerously good.
This is Today's Country.
I like the music.
I like the DJs.
There's even more to like.
I like everything about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing new country's best.
Now this is my kind of country. New country. New country. New country.
Looking out on a tear-stained moon. Same old town, same old tune, same old heart is breaking down again. Another long day, another long night. Somebody tell me we'll be alright. Heaven knows, maybe we're starting to mend. Gonna light up the stars tonight in memory of you. Until the darkest nights fade to blue. There's still a child inside this man. We get along the best we can, 'cause there's times when we all need a friend. Maybe someday we'll make a new start and break these chains around this heart. And who knows, the sun may shine again. Gonna light up the moon tonight in memory of you. Until the darkest nights fade to blue. Looking out on a clear blue sky with the same old tear-stained eyes and a smile that's ready to try again. I know this feeling ain't going away. Somebody told me we'll be okay if we try to remember the good times. Gonna light up the stars tonight in memory of you. Until the darkest nights fade to blue. Until the darkest nights fade to blue.
Song number 2.
Grew up in our own sister who tied up the phone. We used to talk about moving to the city. Stars were shining out there. These days we're heading for the middle of nowhere. A big house at the end of the street, that was always where we used to meet. Your brother John and my best friend Ray, every moment was a sunny day. We used to talk about moving to the city, like there's something out there. These days we're heading for the middle of nowhere. I don't know what, but something's changed. Honey, I'm still the same. Looking back now, I guess we had it all. Girls in summer and friends in the fall. Yeah, there's times I still think about running wild or just hanging out. We used to talk about moving to the city. Hey, someday I'll be there. These days we're heading for the middle of nowhere. These days we're heading for the middle of nowhere.
His name is Matthew Child. That is called Middle of Nowhere. And before that, Fade to Blue. I'll have one more from Matthew in just a second. But I also want to say that he is another songwriter in the KICR Songwriter Showcase. You can hit that tab on the top of the homepage at KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. And you can check out all of Matthew Child's demos. He's got some great ones like you're hearing tonight on this program. And you can also hear him play on the Demo Listen Derby show. That show airs 24/7 around the clock, powered by Zeno FM. It is Zeno FM. You can download the free Zeno FM app, and you can hear Scotty Ray Campbell's demos on there, and Matthew Child, and a bunch of others. Got a bunch of songwriters in that showcase, and they have a bunch of great songs. Over 940 songs playing around the clock on the Demo Listen Derby. If you hear one you really like and you want to cut that song, you can also reach out to these songwriters. Their email address is underneath their players in the KICR Songwriter Showcase on my website. By the way, Matthew Child is also a sponsor of this program, so you can check him out on the sponsors tab as well at KICR Indie Country Radio. The third song to complete his triple play is called Love Makes You Crazy. Who knew? On the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
Wide awake and all alone with you, my body shakes at the thought of ever losing you. All out of words, out of our minds, can't take the pain, can't take the sighs. Didn't mean to lose my head last night, didn't really want to fight, but sometimes love makes you crazy. Didn't mean to take your smile away and bring another rainy day. No sunshine, love makes inside. Let's start again. We'll find a way. Our love will never let it end. All of our dreams, all of our time. We'll find the words and leave the sorrow. Didn't mean to lose my head last night. Didn't really want to fight, but sometimes love makes you crazy. Didn't mean to take your smile away and bring another rainy day. No sunshine. Love makes you crazy. Didn't mean to lose my head last night. Didn't really want to fight, but sometimes love makes you crazy. Didn't mean to take your smile away and bring another rainy day. No sunshine. Love makes you crazy. Love makes you crazy. Love makes you crazy.
One turn of the dial, you're ready to roll. Fresh twang, heartland soul. Hit that groove, let your work day go. It's the Tim Kelly Show. Triple play Thursday. Hey! 3 songs in a row. The best new indie country right here on the Tim Kelly Show. Triple play Thursday. Woo! Turn it up, let it roll. 3 in a row, you already know. It's the Tim Kelly Show.
You walked in, and I knew just a little bit would be too much of you. Those gray eyes were like a thunderheads. Took a young girl's heart away, and you left the rest. Washed out every bridge that goes back to yesterday, where the water rose and carried me away. Looking out my window and my world forever changed by you. Just passing through like a 100-year rain. I asked my coffee cup to tell me why those same lips I kissed wouldn't tell me goodbye. Like a storm comes every 100 years, strike a lightning flash and drown me in tears. Washed out every bridge that goes back to yesterday, where the water rose and carried me away. Looking out my window and my world forever changed by you. Just without you would have been a better way to begin. But the day was so bright, everything felt so right. There was no way to know when you smiled at me, hello. We'd work out like a sad picture show. Rewind, I'm fine. This movie of me is all mine. I'm starting it over without you. No more sad story, unhappy endings bore me. I'm changing that next time. Back it up, rewind. Maybe you were so good at the love scenes that I just couldn't read between the lines. I was caught in a dream like a star on the screen. When it finally sunk in, it was all just pretend. This little girl was gone with the wind. Rewind, I'm fine. This movie of me is all mine. I'm starting it over without you. No more sad story, unhappy endings bore me. I'm changing that next time. Back it up, rewind. There was no way to know when you smiled at me, hello. We'd work out like a sad picture show. Rewind, I'm fine. This movie of me is all mine. I'm starting it over without you. No more sad story, unhappy endings bore me. I'm changing that next time. Back it up, rewind. Rewind.
She is making her radio debut tonight on the Tim Kelly Show's Triple Play Thursday. That song is called Rewind, and before that, 100-Year Reign, Lisa Thornquist, and her last name is Thorn and QVIST, and she will be my special guest on the next Wednesday show that I do. So be sure to tune in next Wednesday at 7 o'clock Central Time. I hit the air, and she will be a special guest on the show. Be great to have her, and you'll get to hear the stories behind these three songs that we're playing tonight. Lisa Thornquist from Nashville, Tennessee. We'll talk about the third one as well. It is called I'm More on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best, with Lisa Thornquist on this Triple Play Thursday.
I wish I could fly on these wings tonight, soar over the ocean blue, find something real and true. I wish they could see me, I wish it was easy. Nobody understands just who I am, but I'm more than just a pretty face, more than pleasure or pain, sunshine or rain. I'm more, baby, what can't they see? There's so much more living inside of me. I'm more than a random glance from cashier number 3. I'm more than a midnight text falling asleep. I'm more than a stranger walking down the street. I wish you could understand just who I am. 'Cause I'm more than just a pretty face, more than pleasure or pain, sunshine or rain. I'm more, baby, what can't they see? There's so much more living inside of me. I know there are diamonds and hidden pearls. Baby, I'm gonna find them somewhere in this world. I'm more than just a pretty face, more than pleasure or pain, sunshine or rain. I'm more, baby, what can't they see? There's so much more living inside of me. Living inside of me.
It's Thursday night and the country's gonna roll. Tim Kelly's calling from the heart and soul. 3 songs in a row from every artist too. All show long, that's how we do. Triple play Thursday, 3 in a row for the whole show. Triple play Thursday, Tim Kelly Show, let the good times roll. Triple play Thursday, Tim Kelly Show.
It's not hard to see when you look at me that things are going well. And I know someone who looks the same, but she'd never tell. But she said this way is probably best, and it cuts me like a knife. So let's have another drink, my half full, half empty life. I just can't seem to figure out where things went wrong. But I could tell that she'd grown distant, now the feeling's gone. I'd love to sit and talk and maybe try to make things right. But she's gone and now I'm stuck with this half full, half empty life. So bartender, pour a half full glass of something strong. I'm celebrating everything I had that's gone. And if you don't mind, I'll sit here on this stool again tonight and have another drink to my half full, half empty life. Is my life half full or half empty? Are you asking me? Well, I don't know, but there's one thing that I can guarantee. That all the things I have without my 2 kids and my wife
Well, they can't add up to more than this half-full, half-empty life. So bartender, pour a half-full glass of something strong. I'm celebrating everything I had that's gone. And if you don't mind, I'll sit here on this stool again tonight and have another drink to my half-full, half-empty life. Pour me a half-full glass of something strong for my half-empty life.
Song number 2.
Sometimes in this life there's sorrow and there's pain, and when we lose someone, it'll never be the same. But I know that there are signs sent down from up above to let us loved ones know they're sending down their love. If butterflies could talk, and if pennies they could see, if finding a dime brings your memory to me, then I won't be afraid, for I know that you're okay. If butterflies could talk, I know what they would say. Now when my time it comes to cross that golden shore, my loved ones I will meet and be with them forevermore. Let not your heart be sad, think of me every day, and when you see that sign, you'll know that I'm okay. If butterflies could talk, and if pennies they could see, if finding a dime brings your memory to me, then I won't be afraid, for I know that you're okay. If butterflies could talk, I know what they would say. Yes, if butterflies could talk, they'd say that you're okay.
He is making his radio debut tonight on the Tim Kelly Show's Triple Play Thursday. That is Jason R. Martin, and a great tune called If Butterflies Could Talk. Real traditional country music right there, ladies and gentlemen. And another great song before that called Half Full, Half Empty Life. Jason R. Martin, you can go find him on Facebook and social media at Jason R. Martin as well. And hey, I want to give a big shout out to a new listener tonight. Sophia Skinner is listening to us on the program through my TikTok at Tim Kelly On Air, and through all the other formats that I broadcast on. You guys are checking out the show. Thank you for doing that. And Kelsey Parker, let's give her a shout out. She's hanging out with us on YouTube. We got a whole bunch of people over here on TikTok at Tim Kelly On Air and on Facebook as well. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I appreciate it. The third song to complete the triple play for Jason R. Martin, You Can't Face My Broken Heart, on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, playing new country's country's best on Triple Play Thursday.
I tried writing, I tried calling. You don't want to hear a word I have to say. But there's things that just need saying, and I don't think I can wait another day. I get very little sleep. I keep seeing you there lying in the dark. I find it all confusing, but I've come to one conclusion. I don't think that you can face my broken heart. I've got miles to put behind me. There's things I've got to say before I go. Like my love was always true, I'd do anything for you, and what you see in him, I'll never know. You took everything we had, and it's hard for me to make a brand new start. But I ain't leaving without trying. I know that you've been hiding. I don't think that you can face my broken heart. I don't think that you can look into my eyes without feeling all my pain. Where once there was a fire, now there's only burning embers that remain. We had everything we needed, but your cheating ways just tore us all apart. And I guess I'll live without you, but I know one thing about you. I don't think that you can face my broken heart. Choice that I'll be making when I leave this house that we once called the home. Of the memories I have, I'll have to take the one that helps me carry on. It'll be the one of you, and it'll help me on the days that we're apart. Will help me most of all is knowing the reason that you can't face my broken heart. I don't think that you can look into my eyes without feeling all my pain. Where once there was a fire, now there's only burning embers that remain. Everything we needed, but your cheating ways, they tore us all apart. And I guess I'll live without you, but I know one thing about you. I don't think that you can face my broken heart. I think I'll live without you, but I know one thing about you. I don't think that you can face my broken heart.
Listening to Tim Kelly on Indie Country Radio.
I was in high school, I was gonna get married to the perfect guy. When he became homecoming king, he told me goodbye. That's the story of my life, 'cause I didn't become the queen. Just because you got a ring don't make it a sure thing. Yeah, I'm a lonely girl in the middle of a dry spell. Every boy come knocking gonna put me through hell. Mama always said don't ever say never. Every boy says he'll love you forever. Because you got a ring don't make it a sure thing. the treadmill dripping wet. He was lifting weights. He took my heart and we went on a whole lot of dates. And he became a girl. Well, that changed everything. Just because you got a ring don't make it a sure thing. Yeah, I'm a lonely girl in the middle of a dry spell. Every boy come knocking gonna put me through hell. Mama always said don't ever say never. Every boy says he'll love you forever. Because you got a ring don't make it a sure thing. Well, he already had 2 kids, but that wasn't enough. He wanted one more, so we got hitched on a trip to Vegas. And just like that, he changed his mind. We were just a flame. Just because you got a ring don't make it a sure thing. Yeah, I'm a lonely girl in the middle of a dry spell. Every boy come knocking gonna put me through hell. Mama always said don't ever say never. Every boy says he'll love you forever. Because you got a ring don't make it a sure thing. Yeah, don't make it a sure thing. Yeah.
Song number 2.
He was a man of his word. He knew more than I did. I should have known it wouldn't last. It was too good, too fast. The cowboys don't love, they only leave dust. Riding on in the sunset. When will I ever learn? When will I ever change? Quit chasing these tumbleweeds out on the range. They just keep on rolling with nowhere to end, to never return. When will I ever learn? You said you're one of the good ones, and God don't make too many. So I just felt like I always fall, and that was it, and that was all. The good times turn bad, the happy turn sad. I guess I knew that you would leave all along. When will I ever learn? When will I ever change? Quit chasing these tumbleweeds out on the range. They just keep on rolling with nowhere to end, to never return. When will I ever learn? When I feel the wind, I think of him. And if he came back, I'd do it all again. When will I ever learn? When will I ever change? Quit chasing these tumbleweeds out on the range. They just keep on rolling and going to never return. No, they never return. When will I ever never learn.
Her name is Laurie Lace. That is L-U-R-I-E. Laurie Lace Music on social media. When Will I Ever Learn? And A Sure Thing. Two great songs from one great artist. We'll get one more on the radio right now. You ever been too broke to care? I know I have. That's the title of this third song from Laurie Lace on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR. Indie Country Radio. New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
My shot, I'm past my prime. That stage ain't waiting on borrowed time. I ain't got a label, I ain't got a dime, but I got a fire that won't quit inside. I've been told, know 1,000 ways, but I still wake up with songs to play. Too broke to care, and I got a voice and I ain't scared. These songs are my truth, my blood, my fight, and I'll sing them loud till they see the light. You can keep your rules and your knee off the road. I carve my name with a microphone. Every barroom stage I paid my dues, writing my pain in 3-chord blues. They say this business ain't got a room for me, but I'll kick down doors until the world believes. I didn't come this far to fade away. I still got something left to say. Don't die, 'cause the world rolls on, and you don't need gold to write a good song. I'll play them raw, I'll play them real, 'cause country's how the heartache feels. Too old for Nashville, but too broke to care, and I've got a voice and I ain't scared. These songs are my truth, my blood, my fight, and I'll sing them loud until they see the light. If I burn out trying, at least they'll know I went down swinging with a country soul.
Once again, her name is Laurie Lace. That is called Too Broke to Care, completing this week's edition of Triple Play Thursday on the Tim Kelly Show. Hey, I want to thank my special guests, Phil Clum and Scotty Ray Campbell, for joining me tonight. Join me tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Central Time, and we'll go on live, and we'll do a show called New Music Friday tomorrow night, getting you ready for the 4th of July in just a couple of days. This Saturday, absolutely. My special guest tomorrow night will be Delbert Lefty Clugston, and Michael Richard, my Director of New Artist Promotions for Canada and the rest of the world, will play a bunch of artists that he has helped me find over the last year and a half or something like that. He's been awesome at finding those artists, and we'll talk about all that tomorrow night on the program. You don't want to miss those interviews. The Tim Kelly Show is produced by Tim Kelly Productions. Like the Tim Kelly Show on social media, and we will like you right back. Until next time, I will see you on the radio. Bye-bye, everybody.
I can put you in a cornfield in downtown Manhattan. Close your eyes and reel that old zip code. I can put you on a riverbank while you're fighting traffic. I'm a song, I'll see you on the radio. Turn me on and turn it up. I can make you smile, make you cry, turn back the pages of your life. Turn me on. I'll see you on the radio. I can take you back to high school, gym floor, and a slow dance. First love, first kiss, second base down that old